This is awkward. Yeah. Hey, everybody. How's it going? Welcome to the 15th episode of Jason². I am Jason Sadler from iwearyourshirt.com.
I'm Jason Markow from textartist.com.
We have, I wouldn't say bad news. I wouldn't say it's bad news, but it's news. It's news. This would go into the category of like the last segment. It's like the last episode of Oprah.
Yeah.
It's like a thing. I would liken it to that.
Everybody gets a car.
You get a car, and you get... Okay, so we are indefinitely stopping the Jason² podcast after this episode. We love it. I love Jason². It's awesome.
Yes. And we've got a pretty fun group of people that have been following along past however many weeks. All of you. You know, your Kevin Crutchfields.
Your Digimaps, your Carolines,
Rabikoff. He would submit links.
Moyad watches. My buddy Alan. I mean, there are tons of people that watch this that don't even say hello all the time, and we appreciate it. We really do. It's been fun. You know, obviously, I think they come for the banter, right? That's what they like.
I don't think so.
They come for the news.
The news.
So we're both really busy. We've got one topic to talk about today. Then we're both going to talk about our projects that we have going on. Then we got YouTube videos to share because we got to do that. And then we have a question until we come back.
Which we will be back.
We're coming back. This is not a retirement. This is I got a torn ACL. I got to go get rehab on my leg, and I'll be back.
The torn ACL episode.
Yep, that's it. That's it.
So one topic. Fired up because I know.
No time. This has been fuming around for me, both on my blog, on live video yesterday, and in tweets and things, also on Facebook. The Netflix Qwikster stuff. So if you're not already grotesquely bored of this, I wanted to get Marco's opinion because we haven't actually talked about it. I told him I wanted to wait till we recorded this. My opinion on this, and if you haven't heard, basically Netflix is taking their DVD by mail service and their streaming service, and they're separating the two into two separate companies. DVDs become a new service called Qwikster, and then the streaming becomes Netflix only. So they're separating this stuff. They also just did a price hike recently, which lost them how much?
1 million customers.
Why not?
Just a year's worth of growth.
Just why not? So I want to get your opinion on all of this because mine's been out there. If you haven't heard it, go to my own YouTube channel, which is where this video is hosted, and you can see that. But what are your thoughts, my good friend?
Okay, so I would love for this to be a case where, they just prove the world wrong. Because usually people, when people just do things so crazy, you go, no, sure enough, no, and we don't burn people at stake anymore, but this would be grounds for that back in the day. But do I think suddenly, 2 years from now, everyone's going to be like, what would we do without Qwikster? What would we do without Netflix just streaming? This is perfect. I don't think so. I think it's like they were in a car wreck, and instead of waiting for the car wreck to stop and unbuckle and get out, it's like mid car wreck. They were like, maybe if I shoot my seatbelt off, I'll be able to save myself. And they shoot themselves in the leg, and then they're like, they have two problems now. Yeah. It's mind blowing. It really. Yeah. I love Netflix. It was like, look, reasonably priced service, DVDs and streaming, and you know what? We used one DVD. We did the one DVD plan. Used it once every 3 weeks, or you know what I mean? Always, it just sat there on the player, and it was like, well, we do the streaming, and then they lost that business from us. It was like, really? We weren't that big a burden, but okay, and now it's like, really? It just seems like such a, I don't know.
It's weird because, and a lot of people have said to me, Reed Hastings, the CEO, is a genius. And I completely agree. But I liken this to Blockbuster, the company they put out of business, basically, in that when Blockbuster started, that was a genius move. You could go in and rent, VHS and tapes, all these movies that, this never existed. They were on every street corner. They were everywhere. And Blockbuster didn't adapt. And they made decisions based on their C-level, their CEOs, their CFOs, their CTOs, this is what we're going to do. This is what the people want. it's obvious that this is not what people want. It's obvious that when you price hike something and 1 million people leave, I don't care how many millions of customers you have. When 1 million people leave, that is enough to make an issue out of it.
Are they too proud? I mean, at this point, they can't. But were they too proud to go, oh, we hear ya. Totally hear ya.
So I sent a DM to Gary Vee when the price hike stuff happened. And I said, you know, hey, they don't listen on social media. Do you think this actually has an effect? Because he had some thoughts about it as well. And he wrote back, I'm not going to say too big to fail, but he was like, I don't think it's really going to hurt them at this point. And I kind of agree with that. I mean, obviously that's what they've been going with. They're a billion-dollar company, you know, multi-billion-dollar company that, you know, they have all this stuff going for them. But these are the steps that you take to become what you replaced. You're slowly following the same mistakes that you made, and it's like a little too late. And putting out a video with your CEO trying to like humanize the people, I respect that. That's good stuff. It's not just a blog post. There's a video. That's fine. But the decision that you're making is not what your customers have asked for. No one has asked, hey, Netflix, I don't care about your DVD by mail. I want streaming, and I don't want DVD by mail on your website. Like, that is not an issue for people. So I just don't understand where they're coming off with this idea of this. So I don't know. I think, and the Qwikster Twitter handle thing is just hilarious. Like, that just shows that they do not care about social media, that they don't think it's going to bother them.
Give a little forth, like...
Just search Qwikster on Google. It comes up, like, the 6th result.
Yeah. Well, you know, sure, they were like, is the domain available? It is? Okay, cool. Or I'm sure they had to buy it, but even...
I'm guessing they had to buy it, yeah.
You would think they'd go, hey, let's find something.
Or use the name you've already built, Netflix DVD and Netflix streaming, and just keep it one site and don't confuse everybody.
Yeah. I mean, I get that we're doing two names so that you see it as different services, but that's a pretty drastic move.
It is. We'll drop a link to the Oatmeal comic down below because it's a really good like parody explanation of this. So I don't want to take on this whole video talking about it, but it does. And the reason that I want to talk about it so much is I care about Netflix. I love Netflix. It is an awesome service. Neil said it best on his live show yesterday. He was like, you get so much for what you pay for. Like, you have access to all this stuff, and it's so affordable, and it's so easy to use. I don't want it to go away. I just want it to get better. And I really think if Apple figures out the digital rights deals and has a reasonable price for streaming stuff, they will kill Netflix. If they have a physical set-top TV, like a physical set TV that has all this built in, it'll kill Netflix. It will. There's just no way. Netflix is not going to be able to compete with the monster that is Apple.
I think that's a good note.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens. Could be. Hopefully, we're proven wrong, and Netflix knows everything, and we're idiots, and we'll just continue to be mice in the wheel.
Well, that's fine. Totally fine.
Totally fine. So you've started a project. We've talked about it loosely here and there. People may have seen some pieces in the background and stuff. What are you doing that you're so busy that we're leaving Jason² behind for a while?
So everyone's. So I spurred this whole I want to stop discussion, and it's not for lack of fun or the community or any, like, everyone's great, and this is like truly one of the best parts of the week. But these boxes, let's see, can we give a little? Oh, see all those?
It's a lot of boxes.
A lot of boxes. There's a lot more. Oh, did we freeze? No, we're good.
It's been a little bit frozen for me. Yeah, we're good.
Okay. Basically what I'm doing is I'm working on a huge project for next year. Anyone who's followed along the text project, textartist.com or dailytext.com. I'm also on the Book of Faces and the big Twitter machine. Ooh, I saw a glitch there too.
Weird.
But basically, I need to focus on that for the next 60 days. I'm trying to launch it November 20th. That is the date. I'm trying to kick everything off and really need to just put the nose on the grindstone and not doing really much of anything else between now and then. So yeah, that's the project I'm working on, getting a bunch of stuff ready. If you haven't done so already, I encourage you to sign up at dailytext.com because all the people that sign up there will get kind of access a couple days early, which I think in the grand scheme of things, and when you understand the project,
early access is good.
Those days will matter. I hope.
Yeah.
I hope.
So it's cool stuff. It is. it is tough to make a decision to stop something once you've started it, in anything that you do. And I think that, I wrote a blog post about this a couple of weeks ago, and Jason² was the one thing that I was like, I'm keeping this because it gives me something to do. Like I don't have like an entrepreneurial connection to anybody in a weekly thing, right? Like talking like we do. So it's, I talk to everybody on my video, we talk on Twitter, but I don't have like a video to video thing where, someone that has a cool project they're starting and I can kind of like, I'm helping you and you're helping me think about stuff for our shirt. So, it does stink to stop, but it's also like you got to think of the bigger picture of all this stuff. Like you don't want it to hurt the actual business you're trying to build.
Right. And the other reason we're stopping this, I do all the editing. Jason does all the YouTube and the keywords and the blog.
I don't do much. Let's not.
Oh, come on.
I annotate and I upload the video. So that's basically.
But the editing wasn't at the level that I wanted it to be, and it's really just a time thing. Even the simple edits took more time than I have right now. So
yeah,
that's what now. Tell everyone what you're working on.
Yeah, I mean, my stuff's fairly straightforward. We got the hiring process for the new shirt wearers in 2012 coming up in the beginning of October. There's 13 days left for sale as of this video on Tuesday, September 21st, 20th. What day are we? 20th. For 2011. So those will be sold out shortly here, and we'll start the 2012 calendar process. So there's a whole new exciting thing that we're doing in 2012. Each shirt wearer is going to kind of have more responsibility, I guess you could say, than they did this year. So it's going to be different. And, I need time to make sure that I'm picking the right person. Our hiring time is a little bit shorter than it was last year. So got to have time to make sure that I'm talking to all the right people. There's a lot more people that are interested in being hired this year after the Today Show piece, after the growth of iRadioShirt going for a whole other year. This is the 4th year I'll be starting with iRadioShirt.com. It's kind of crazy. Like I remember when I first thought of this idea and I was like, what am I going to be doing in 3 or 4 years with this? And it's kind of right along where I envisioned it. And the only way that I can keep growing this is just by doing stuff and testing it and trying it. So that's really what I'm doing. I'm excited about it. I need to focus on making sure our processes are getting better, because if you're an iRadioShirt sponsor, we're doing everything through email right now, and email is really slowing us down. And when we have the plans that we have for next year, email will kill us if that's the only way we're doing it. So yeah, I'm excited. I want to be able to focus, and if things come up or I got to go places, or I'm going to New York City in early October to hopefully do some press, and then maybe some other cities to do some press. So I want to have my schedule be freed up so that I can do that. And know that I have that ability. So it's good. And then I'll also have some daily shirts I got to keep wearing every single day, and do all the videos and YouTube, Ustream stuff. So that's why we're slowing this thing down. We're gonna miss you. I'm gonna miss you guys from the bottom of my little heart.
But before we go, it's YouTube video time.
Let's do some YouTubing.
Let's do it. Do you wanna kick it off?
I'll kick it off. This video we'll give a little 10-second clip here, and this video was emailed to me by my grandfather.
Finally, they started to get healthier and healthier and healthier. And in the 1970s, then countries in Asia and Latin America started to catch up with the Western countries.
Some of you may have seen this video. I realize this video has been viewed millions of times on the YouTube. It's a cool video. It's a fun video kind of showing history and all kinds of interesting stuff. I just thought it was really cool that my grandfather emailed it to me and was like, check out this YouTube video. And I was like, yes. Number one, my grandfather's emailing me on his brand new MacBook, by the way.
Nice.
Number two, he's taking one-on-one classes to learn how to use the Mac. They had an iPhoto class this week, I believe, so good stuff, Grandpa. And he's sending me YouTube videos. He's on the YouTubes looking at stuff, and it's just cool. So I wanted to, give an ode to my grandparents who are, using technology more than a lot of my friends are, which is very interesting. So cool video. You said you'd seen it before. I saw the TED Talk it's the same guy, but it's his TED Talk, and he goes over the same day. It's impressive. It's impressive stuff. Cool stuff. The power of data, once again. So, all right, what do you got for your YouTubes?
So this was something I posted on the Facebook wall earlier in the week, last week maybe. It's a video from, and there's two things we're going to talk about this. First of all, the video itself is amazing. But first, the quality of the video is mind-blowing. So let's go to the clip, which I don't think it'll be as high quality, but we'll link it to So let's go. Right? Right.
Crazy video.
Mind-blowing. Like, unbelievably. It's funny that we use the word awesome so much and we overuse it. Because that is something that, I don't know, it was like awe-inspiring. In the truest sense of the word, that was awesome.
It's awesome. It gets two awes at the beginning. That's how it makes it better. Yeah.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Awesome. I've got a friend who, when something's awkward, they say it's awesome.
There you go.
Food for thought.
Sure.
But the cool thing about that video, if you go back and click and watch it, the quality is higher than 1080p.
I don't understand.
Which is crazy. And I don't know, how it looks on everyone's computer, but on mine, I mean, it was unbelievable. You bump it up to above 1080, which is original, which I don't even know how big they're shooting that, but full screen, it just looked incredible. So
yeah, it was ridiculous.
ISS going over Earth, and if you didn't catch it, at the 15-second mark, goes over California. 17-second mark passes over my house.
That's crazy.
That's a true fact.
And through the whole time, you can see our atmosphere, which looks like a rainbow, which is fun.
It's true. It does. That thin ribbon of
light
existence that keeps us alive.
Prisms.
That's it. So that's my video. That's
cool.
Your video. That's what's going on with us.
2 questions this week. 1 from you, 1 from me.
Yeah. You go first.
My question will be, what are you going to watch on YouTube while we are gone? Or what have you watched on YouTube while we're gone? Cool videos, channels you subscribe to. What are you watching? What do you love? What do you plan on watching? Leave in the comments below. What's your question?
I don't. I thought that'd give me time. Okay. I still have some open slots for my project next year. Okay, so this is totally self-indulgent, but
do it.
If you have a quote, a song, a particular image, something that you would like to see turned into text art in some way, you just leave a comment and you just might find it on the calendar next year.
With your name somehow put in the piece, eh?
I will put your name into the piece.
Yeah, that's fun.
Because
I just swindled him into that world.
That's right.
Cool.
So that's my question. What would you like to see?
Comments. Got to leave in the comments for it to be worthwhile. Well, folks, that's really it for a while. Maybe when you come back, we'll both be like grizzly and bearded and like gray haired.
I think maybe we should just have like a reunion 100 years from now.
And I'll have a different zebra in my background. He's older and wiser by then.
I'm cool with that.
We'll see. We'll see what happens.
I'm cool with that.
Maybe my zebra will be a text zebra instead.
That's very doable.
That'd be fun. That'd be fun. All right, world. We are your hosts.
From coast
to coast. I didn't laugh. I made it through. I didn't laugh. The last episode, I did a good job.
We can retire.
Yes. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. It's been awesome. Find us in our worlds on the internet. Come say hello. Don't be strangers. We're not leaving the internet. We're just taking a break. ACL surgery, recovering.
That's right. This is that episode. This is that episode. We'll see you soon.